for a second helping of What It Do. What It Do. I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, messenger of God, the first child of God, the LILITH, reincarnated, here with part two of What It Do. In order to keep up with me, you're going to see what I put in my community page in the video leading up to this one and pretty much the rest of my life. You can't keep up with me. You might be able to keep up with the Kardashians, but it doesn't look like you're doing so well in that department either. In essence, you have the material girl, and then you have the spiritual world. Welcome to the spiritual world. Earlier, in my earlier video, I showed you what we were going to be pulling from, and I said at that time it was all random, but all we talked about was your feelings, astral traveling, astral projections. We talked about past life karma and all of that. And though I'd like to say that none of that was going to come out, I didn't think any of the alien forces were going to come into our oracle cards. I'm pretty positive they all are. These are what we said we was going to read. We're going to read them. Let me take a breath. I had posted in my community page, dude, I went into a coma. Holy hell. Holy hell. With that being said, let me just warn you, there's a good chance you're going to hear a lot of background noise, a lot of screaming kids and stuff, because I have the door cracked to get some fresh air in here. I was in the back room, and the sun gets on that window I'm so glad I'm not facing the west. When the sun is setting is the hottest part of the day. Between 3 and 6, it's the hottest part of the fucking day. So I'm very grateful that I'm not facing that way. But when it hits, dude, I have to crawl into a coffin and die. And trying to get out of that while the sun is still up is like fighting all forces of nature. And anyways, with that being said, I have to keep the door open, and you're probably going to hear the beautiful noises of, my neighbors. And I love them. I really do. This girl was kind of mean right now because the kids were holding up the elevator. And I'm like, I hear this from all of you guys, but they're just kids. They can't make up their mind. I mean, I don't know. I relate with them. So the videos I had shared though when I woke up is like, it started last night. It started yesterday morning with Pac showing me this visual that everybody's in their own graves and this is karma. And I'm like, I can't get you out of there. I didn't put you in there. You put yourself in there. And everybody pretty much is in a shithole, no matter where you are, shithole. And I just teach you how to get out of hell. As the goddess of hell, I can't carry you. Just like Dante, he had to walk through hell. Everybody has to walk through hell. You know what I mean? Carl Jung told you about the hell of his own mind. You know what I mean? They tell you about, dude, Jesus may have walked on, could have walked on water and all that shit, but he still walked through hell. It's always hell, bro. It's an evolutional experience through hell. And you're like, all eternity. Yeah, we've been going through this for all eternity. In the sense of it's not heaven yet. We create the heaven. So, going back to it, the whole video is talking about the real gist of it is like everybody is scared because they realize that you're a servant of God, you're an earth angel, and they done fucked up now. I said that before. I told you who I was. Now you're gonna learn to not listen to everything your mind thinks is the truth. That's it. Moving on. Lessons learned. Lessons learned. There's a lot of lessons to be learned, but then as I see this, it's like, oh shit. Video after video after video. It's like the cat is out the bag. They know who you are. Okay. Well, I was kind of getting tired of fucking, hiding, to be honest. There wasn't really anywhere else I could hide. God kept shoving me into the light. He said that was going to happen this year. I thought I had to do something about it, like create a TikTok or something. So that's cool. Let it be done then. Of my own free will, let it be done. I told you, they're going to find out who I am eventually. And that's why it's like, I have rights here to be what I am. But what am I? Not of this world. God's got me. But I had to face all these fears. When they find out what you are, what you truly are, they're not really going to understand it. And I tried to push the guys away from me too. Just as a witch. I'm like, dude, if they didn't realize you're talking to a witch. But I'm not just a witch. I was like, I have to take on my own persecution, dude. It was like, you know what I mean? It's the superhero thing. You know, that was with Russ in the beginning. That was with all of them. It's like, dude, I'm going to ruin your life. Your affiliation to me is going to ruin your life because I knew I was going to be, you know what I mean, persecuted in this life for what I am. And that was the whole journey, is to step into what I really am. You know, it started in Oklahoma. God just slowly was trying to get me to step into it, to be brave enough to wear it. And it was scary. I always knew what it meant. And then, you know, I'm back in the hotel, and they're telling me it's time, and I start throwing huge fits, which are in those videos about a month ago, after that full moon. I'm like, no, I can't, no. And I tried to start creating other realities to run away to. I was going to run away to Alaska. I was going to fucking run away to, you know, the campgrounds and shit. But I knew I had to come out, and exposure was going to happen no matter what. And I just wanted to, like, hold on just that much longer. To what? Freedom. Freedom. Once you're known, you're known. You want everybody to know you. But are they gonna like you? No, they're gonna judge you, dude. They fucking can't stand Kanye at TMZ, but they will never stop watching him. They can't stand most of them, dude, but they will never stop watching them. They will pay the highest dollar to have people watch these people, because without these people, they have nothing to talk about. And once they find out what I am, once it's everywhere, and it will be everywhere, it'll be everywhere, bro. Parts of it will be on Hulu, parts of it will be on Netflix. I'll be doing interviews and doing all of this stuff while I'm still in the dirt trying to build community homes. I'll be everywhere at once. Why? Because everyone needs God. It's not me. And then it's like, well, what about me? What about my family? When you need me everywhere, what about me? And this was time for me. And that's really what it is, guys. You gotta give up. You gotta give up your selfishness. You gotta sacrifice to what you're really here, how impactful and important you are, and what you're really here to do. You're really here to make a change in this world, bro. And it's not gonna be all flossy, and it's not gonna be like everyone, you know what I mean? Yeah, they clap when you walk in the room. But it's a prove it. They want you to prove your worth to them all the time. Do you know what I mean? So you guys wanting that is just madness to me. But in the sense of, that's what I woke up to. It's like the cat's out the bag. It's like, alright, so it be. The blessing is a curse. It's like, oh, once you get there, you know, where's there? Once I get to work, I have to break down all structures, bro. I have to take on all countries, all belief systems, and bring them back together as one. Once you get to work. Are you trying to get an album? Shut up. Yeah, take the easy route, right? Hey, Kanye, I saw you said something stupid, but I know your stupid came from my stupid, because the shit is just stupid. Get stupid, get retarded. He said something, I like a woman with a high body count. You got that from my video. It's like, oh, I see that you know how to work it. All right, come here, let me see, I'll work you. You're qualified to get worked. That's what it is, it's a resume. Oscar. Sure, any woman looks good if you bend her over and put a string up her butt. Take it easy, Pinocchio. Put your nose straight up in her ass. But in the essence, turn her over and look at her face and walk her through this. What does she do when she's not turned over with you up her butt? That's what you don't get, bro. These hoes. was pretty much the only male sex toy I saw at the store. It's a butt. And it's the backside of a woman. That's it. And then they have these, mouths. I'm just saying, your resume ain't looking so good. I am not the one. Allie, sing the song. Sing the song, Allie. Something about you seen my exes and something, and don't judge me. I'm not the one, but I'm just saying it'd be funny. Everybody was sure, though, I was doing it for sex. Sickos. I don't remember, maybe. Not. It's a funny story. It's not really. Let's move on. Let's pull some cards. Let's get to the story. What is the story? Me. No, it's gonna be you. I love you, Allie. Why can't you have a happy tune, dude? You had some good ones. I'm gonna have to go find a happy Allie. Oh, it cut off when I said that. Do you know how much Russ loves me? And it cut off. Let me tell you how much Russ loves me. He made that song, right? He made Nasty. And it all went bad. And he never tried to promote it because of what it was doing to me. I saw it today. The thing, dude, it blew up so fucking fast. Here. Oh, we got both of them. It blew up so fast. It was one of his, you know what I mean, one of his top chart hitters, bro. Like, seriously, if he really wrote it, bro, it'd be on, everywhere. But what it did to me and what happened afterwards, he just didn't, because it was just, man, in the end, it would have just been so much more disrespectful and unclassy. But the song kept blowing up, and it kept blowing up. I saw it today. 10 million views in in 1 year. He's over here showing you how Handsomer is doing all this great shit. That was 2 years ago, and it only is at fucking 17 million. This song was one of his biggest songs when he, you know what I mean? But because of the, you know what I mean? Because of the bad blood between us, he just didn't write it. But he could have. And Give Me Love, too. He was already in a pattern. He was making great music, but he was still stuck in his pattern of blowing them out too fast. So before he went into his dark shadows, he was filled with light. That's what happens. They fill you with light just to drop you into darkness. He made some really great creative work right before then that had my attention, and it was just, people learned the lyrics to it within 24 hours and were singing it all over Africa. It was amazing. And, and as far as Nasty, it was really good. He tried to redo something like that again later when we had what appeared to be a safe time to do this again, and it didn't come out so well. It was a year ago today, he ended up shaming the shit out of his girlfriend on her birthday and dropped this song, That's My Girl. I love the way you take it, and all this. It was not so classy. Going back to it, it's as far as Royce, no, I know him from 2 songs, but I had a connection where I followed him on Instagram, and I would tap into his lives, and I would sit there and just sit in his energy. You know how they'll have, he would have these lives, and that's where Russ came in. One time Russ was on there. He'd sit down and just have some conversations with his friends, and I would just be solely focused on him and his, how he spoke and what they spoke of, and just, I just learned the man, and I had a lot of appreciation to just sit in the presence of this man and listen to him talk. And then Russ comes in, no big deal, and then it's not really a big deal. I remember him, so I start following him the same night, because I figure like attracts like. So it's Russ, what is his name? Something. Fuck, I can't remember. There was a 4-piece conversation. It was probably Marv there, to be honest, and that's what brought me into the conversation. Whatever the case may be, I start following all of them. I still don't know Russ. I'm not paying attention to Russ. Russ ends up being part of the YG concert, right? He's part of the YG concert, and I'm just a Lyft driver that's here to pick up the motherfuckers. But I get there early, hella early. So I have to, so I go in and I catch Russ's set only. And as he's finishing up his set, I'm walking out the gate. And then, because I know YG's going to come on and I'll catch all these people. That's what I'm trying to do, is just make some money. And that's where I meet Russ. Then, you know what I mean? So I had just been exposed to his music live. I'm in front of him. I'm only a couple rows back, because it's a single ticket and they had plenty of them. And I'm just right there. And I really dug all of his music. And I remember coming back and telling Tree, like, he's like, oh, you don't know about Russ? I was like, nope. But he had some really good songs. And that's it. Then afterwards, I see that he takes that dive on his tour, and now I'm very interested in him. And I start talking to him like I fucking know the dude. Kind of like I do everyone, right? I'm very open. I don't need to know you to talk to you. Let's just move on. So, what were we talking about? Lost that train of thought. Oh, when you resonate with them? Yeah, I did resonate with them. Till they went into a weird place. We all resonated with Kanye. Kanye used to be cool. But then Kanye went into a dark place where we don't really, and I still can go in that dark place and find him and resonate with him. Oh, and that's where we started with his body count. What do we got? Florida waters and ocean muse. These is all about your waters. And we were talking about that. We talked about it last night, how to use waters in magic for exploring your emotions. Your emotions are described as your waters. I told you about crying. I told you about baths. We talked about all of that. And I said I was going to go to, okay, they're on me on this. Even though I say it, it doesn't mean it happens that fast. I work like God, bro, if you notice. He works through me. It's like I said I was going to do it, but then I end up not doing it till like 3 days later because, God makes me wait for some shit. I said I was going to go to Cherry Creek because of that too, just to sit by the waters. And that's what this is basically going to bring up, just, all transparency. Florida waters, natural form, enchanted potions, red roses, cleansing. Ocean muse is water wisdom, intuition, hermit's light, discovery. Let's go to 31 again. And I went straight to water. Shall I describe it to you? Your emotions. That's all we talked about last night. Honoring your emotions. Today we talked about entering dimensions through your emotions. It's not done through the mind. The mind can't comprehend it. You need to get out of the mind to do it. But we have to go into your mind to get it out. You're like, the way in is out? Yeah. The way out is in? Yes. Yes. Yogi guru type language. It's just the truth. The element of water represents messages and magic around profound emotion, sensitivity, psychic enchantment, great love, self-healing, communication, spiritual release, travel, creativity. Hold on. By the power of the dark goddess in me, I place a protection around me and my family. I place all energy stuck here in this reality. Nothing can leave, nothing can come in. I have the door wide open. Hold on a second. Let me pull everything back. Pull it all back. No. All the light. Light pushes darkness. Not now. Bring it back. The door's wide open. I'm pulling back. It's nothing but light. But I know what the light does. It makes them happy only to make them sad. You really don't want me to bring you to the light. Because you'll be sad that you have to come back. And that's really what it is sometimes I can send you happy thoughts, but I can't keep them in there. You're going to have to come back to your real sad thoughts. That's why I pulled it back. Don't go play with them. In the sense of the angels want to be free and they want to spread love and light. They want to go hug on everybody. Don't, because when you leave, we feel real bad. We feel the difference. And that's what it is, as I'm a messenger to both realms. Come back. I'm calling them all back. It sucks, but it's true. You can't just go playing in the, in people's hurt feelings right now. They're not, if they had something to celebrate and they could hold on to that, that's great. But just to blast them with happiness and then, right back into the reality of sadness, it's a hard fall. It makes me want to cry, but it really is the truth. I do it all day, bro. Going from the light to the dark, light to the dark, light to the dark. And they just want to bring light to you, but you can't hold it. Because your dark feelings come creeping in. Just give them a moment of peace. If you give them a moment of peace, it feels chaotic. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. But they can't do it. I said no. It's for their own, you know what I mean? Just for their own sanity. Sorry, I have to call it back. It's nothing, it's not bad. It's all good, but it's like, you know, too much good makes you feel real bad. And that's why it's like I'm crying. It's like I have to pull it back, and this is a hard time. It's like I know what this does to people. They don't fully understand. The spirit realm doesn't know what it feels like. That's why I'm here, is to tell them what it feels like. You know what I mean? So they can learn later. You know, it's all about learning all the way around. And I stand up for, you know, the human experience, or the humans. It's like, no, don't make jokes. You don't understand how this feels. You don't understand how they feel. You don't understand how they feel. I do, because I'm here with these feelings, but you can't do that. And that's where we learn. We learn to be better guides. We learn what is, you know, my fucking Pac. That wasn't helpful. Always calling me a bitch and shit. No, you didn't know how that... I mean, I know you meant all good, bro, and that's how you spoke, but no. They're more sensitive than you understand. This experience is more painful than you'll... You know. They wore the skin, but they built theirs tough, right? And I have that tough skin, but you know, I've learned through this experience that it's a building block to put on tough skin, only to find out that we're very weak under it, and that tough skin was not useful. Because it just made this tougher to do. And just like I said before this with Russ and with all of us, it's like they bring you to the highest mountains where you feel such joy and accomplishment in your life. Is, you know, just like I said today, God, come on. My body's right. My kids are growing up. I'm about to start a new life. Everything is looking bright. You want to give me a baby? Sort of. In that sense of it. It's like, you know, and they're not, you know what I mean? Like, right now, if the Holy Spirit goes in to all these rooms and gives them all this inspiration, shows them these beautiful visions of a life they can have. And that's what it is. It's an imagination. I want to show you the life that God wants for you. And they can see themselves however they want. You know, whatever God made them, because it's made to make them really happy. This is what He wants for them. So He comes into them and He shows them these beautiful visions. But then right after, they're stuck in the reality of, how am I supposed to get from here to there? That'll never happen. And then you're sadder about the fact that where you are, because you never even wanted to go there. And that's Bobby. And everything else. Why did you show me this? So the light, my first awakening, I sit there and I told the story, I think on Sunday. I'm going into my pain, and inside of it, I see this love for Bobby, and it is the most beautiful thing, and I'm hugging myself, and I've never felt so good in my entire life. It is the most beautiful feeling I ever felt. And then I open my eyes, and I'm like, but it's not real. How am I supposed to go from here to there when He's there and all of this is here? It'll never work, God. Do you understand why I don't want them to meddle with them? As much as I want you to be awake, you already are if you're on my page. The waking up process is so painful. I'm just here to walk you through it. I can't stop it, and I didn't start it. And I'm not going to force, you know what I mean? Like, don't show them how beautiful life can be, only for them to sit and think that it's impossible. They're not ready for that. I wasn't. They showed me what this would be in the very beginning. I didn't even know how to put it in words. And how would I ever? I'm not even a man. I'm not Jewish. I'm not Jesus. How would I ever do something like that? You know? And there's things you just can't believe. And it was a great feeling of I've never felt before. It was the most beautiful feeling of being in love. But then waking up and realizing that you're not in love. and what it would take to be in love with this man. I'd have to destroy my life and his life for me to love him. I can't love him. It's not real. God did that to me with 12 twin flames. It's impossible, God. There's so much earth between us. But he did make me see it with Russ, with Marshall, with Lewis. We could be happy together. And I'm like, why? So that you could see what it would take, and you did what it took to do that, and now you're happy even without them. It was a challenge to love you, but I took on the challenge because I believed in it. He shows you what he wants you to go after, and it looks impossible. I made a song about it. It's a twin flame song called We Know. Things seem impossible, but if you just start opening the doors, it's not impossible. Because realistically, that feeling that I was looking for, that I thought I couldn't have, I have inside all the time. And to be honest, I don't know what I would do with the man if I had the man that went with it. I really don't know any of these men in that way. My heart knows them from another place, who they truly are, but they don't walk in that trueness of them. It's there, and I show you every time I see it. I'm like, look, there he is. It's really him. And that's where I try to show you where Kanye is in this. Where the real, you know what I mean? Or shall we say Osiris? And just call them who they really were. Maybe they'll start wearing it again. Yeah, he's chopped up in a bunch of little pieces. But aren't we all? Let's get back to our emotions. The water is all around us, and no matter where water is held in the earth, it is an element that can be imbued with magic and transformed into the power for potent healing and transformation. Water is the conduit where life blooms, not just as an abstract concept. You're gonna make me tell them that. The doors are open. My kids can hear this. Other kids can. Sex with Bobby at Cherry Creek. I had a memory of it. I remember it being good. Like, really? Yeah. That was way old, though. That was like years and years ago. Like, really? Yeah, bro. It's a long ass fucked up story. He lives in Aurora. I picked him up. I had the whole plan to go there and do it like that. He brought a blanket. He didn't take his blanket home. I kept his blanket on my bed for years. It's a whole fucking twisted ass story. Why are they taking me to fucking Cherry Creek? Ding, 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 ding. Now my ex-husband's like, did you think about that every time we took the kids to Cherry Creek? No. Prove it. I didn't have a memory, idiot. You want to beat me for it? Oh, lovely. You think it's just a walk in the park, but no, they're taking me down memory fucking lane all the time. Why are they doing this? Because I'm teaching you how to deal with your emotions, so they have to bring up mine. A good teacher, shows you the way. Shut up, Yogi. Oh, man, they're killing me right now. Telling all my secrets. I don't have any. There's just stuff I try to hold in. You're like, is your whole life about him? No, all my healing is. Whatever we had was really important to me, and it stayed hidden in pieces of me that I wouldn't let it go. I tried to force it out of him to tell me why he was so important to me, but he couldn't even tell me that. And I just have to fucking keep fucking digging up these fucking bones, or as he says, pulling these fucking scabs. I blocked it all out. But I really love this person, dude. And it's like, alright, maybe if I figure it all out, it'll go away. But all it does is make me love him more. And then it makes me miss him more and want more of this memory or whatever it is. Because it's not really him there in these memories. It's me. So in essence, it's like I want these feelings that I find that I have for them. But I don't want to go destroying his life to get them. Which was always the beginning. I knew this was going to happen. The more you dig this up, the worse it's going to get. And I can't stop. Do you see what I mean? Like, no matter how much physical fucking exertion I put into it, spiritually I'm being pulled to it. It's like, you were just over there yesterday. I know. They're trying to get it all to come up. Why? There is a fucking... I'm not gonna like this answer. There's a solar eclipse. There's a burning ring of fire that I'm falling into, dude. It happened last year too, dude. Or whenever they took me to Oklahoma, bro. I'm serious. You're like, you serious? Yeah, it's planetary. It's Vedic astrology. It's fucking Mother Mary. Follow the fucking stars and shit. It's ancient shit, bro. I could tell you why it's happening, but you're not going to believe it. It's in my genetic DNA. This is what I was going to do on this day. It's like, you know, you don't like that answer in the sense of, what is this? What's happening? It's all building up for a whole burst of fucking, you know, a shift of energy. Try to explain it. All of it comes together, bro. Sacred geometry, the universe, how it works, and Christ. It's all together, bro. It's all part of God. And your winky-dink religions. Oh yeah, and then the aliens too. Because obviously they live in the universe. Live in the idea of your mind, bro. You're not even part of anything. How do you get part of it? Your emotions, bro. The deeper we go into our emotions. Mine are all about this stuff. These guys. I told you. It's fucking annoying. And exploring my interests in these guys. Love, obsession, I don't know, call it whatever you want. Every time it comes up, I'm like, fucking leave me alone. Because it goes into these deep, dark pits of my own reality and my own feelings and my own hurts and my own pains, only to release myself out of there. But in the end, I don't come out with a guy. I come out hurt and healed. It's like constantly going into surgery. And I know I'm not selling this very well in the sense of this is what I'm encouraging you that you need to do. But it's like, yeah, it gets fucking old, but it's like the marathon continues. If you don't get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit. It's an evolutionary progress. And if I embrace it, and which I do, I just talk a lot of shit while I'm doing it. I don't hold back, really. I don't really, dude. I know what I gotta do, and I just do it. Kicking and screaming, bro. That's what it is. It's like, ugh. I know if I go there, I'm gonna get fucked up memories, and I'm gonna cry, and I'm gonna have to fucking face realities and shit. And what's the ultimate reality when I come to my reality? He's married with kids within, you know, always hovering completely around me, and I can't, you know what I mean? It's the Lilith reincarnated, bro. I get to play the role now. You think I'm all free, but I'm not. I'm trapped in this too. It's like, in essence, he's flying around me. I'm not flying around him. Huh? Really? It's so hot.
I'm dying too.
I know. Okay, then, no. The answer would be no. Just don't stand in front of it without pants on. It's hot. Shorts, I mean, or something. Anyways, water is where life blooms. It's not just an abstract concept, but literally for each of our individual lives. We first emerge into conscious in our mother's wombs, floating in water and salt. Our first experience of sound is filtered through amniotic fluids, and our first familiar motion, ideally indicative for safety and security, consists of rolling waves of water. Alright, it goes on and on and on. Let's just read it. Poseidon is what I saw, and I got pissed off. So I told that story earlier. Alright, so your waters is your emotions. Is everybody clear? So anytime they're talking about your cups in tarot, they're talking about your emotions. Is everybody clear? Okay. Now, as you move through your cups, the stages of your cups, you go from ace to king. You're going through levels of your emotions. You're mastering your emotions. There's certain emotions that you go through. Alright, so we're in the cups, which is your emotions. We're going to 31, which is Florida waters. The first act of cleansing in the human lives began when the first bath after every birth. Here we go back to baptisms. I told you when you first come to my community, you must be baptized. It's part of it. You must be washed. You must be washed. I wake up all the time and jump in the shower. I wash myself. I wash my energy. I get this off me. Get the outside off of me so I can be clean again. Alright? Wash me of my experiences. You know what I mean? Truthfully. And that's where it is. It's like she's hot. She got in the shower. She's like, I don't feel well. Let me wash myself and I'll feel better.
I feel worse.
Okay. Well, you didn't have a good wash. The first act, I just want to point out, God did make the water hotter for me this morning. I heard a roll in the tongue. Water hotter.
Because you keep putting on the small one.
I don't know. The first act of cleansing is the human lives began in the first bath after birth, and it is only fitting that we continue to use water as the sacred cleanse of rejuvenation and renewal. On page 113. Water. When the Florida water card appears, it's time to take a step back and return to your natural form of spiritual purity and simplicity. You have been drawn far into the depths of troubles, stress, and anxiety of following life in its dictated fashion, and nature is calling you back to remember how you first began. And I told you that's where it is. Do you want to go over to Cherry Creek, where we used to go swimming, that lake that we used to go swimming at when you were little? We used to pack up and just go there in the day during the summers, and then we'd come back. You don't remember? She'll remember when I get there. And all that you guys used to play there, your dad would go there, and then you guys would play like Pokemon and shit too. Anyways, do you want to go to the lake after this?
No, I'm going here.
Alright, then you stay here. Do you want some of this for your belly?
No,
It worked. It works. Fine, then be stubborn and shut up.
What?
You've been drawn into the far depths of trouble, stress, and anxiety. You need to go back to the water. You choose either to continue your path of detaching from your divine nature or claim your sacred spirit's poetry once more. Remember your inner power and dive into the blood of earth and the waters of life divine. When you magically infuse water with herbs, crystals, and sacred symbols, you create enchanted potions and dispel heavy bonds and binds. You cleanse your aura and your surroundings, renewing the lease of vitality and reinvigorating your sacred space. White and roses are natural symbols of purity, true and courageous love. The whisper that is now... I'm getting downloads. Hold on. Okay, so here's a rose water is what they're saying. I'm getting downloads. I was two things at once. So, you want to infuse... There's Florida waters cleansing, right? There's this spiritual shit. I swear to you on everything holy, it smells like fucking... I mean, it stinks to me. I have it in I have it in one of my ritual bags. It smells like...
The ones that smell like jelly beans?
No, that's a different one. It smells like mouthwash, to be honest. It's gross. You'll see Kelly use like a drop of it and wipe her hands with it. All spiritualists, a lot of spiritualists, we talked about it too, is using cleansing baths. We talked about it in the protection magic. I'll put a little bit in my hand. You see it dripping? And then, wash myself of it. You know what I mean? And that's like older women always used rose water. When I told Mr. Plum it was rose water, he's like, oh my God, my mom used to drown herself in that. Women always smelled like flowers and stuff like that, but in the essence, before they started adding all that alcohol, it was just water and florals. I mean, going back to a lot of it, it was just water and mixture of herbs. that we use for everything. And that's the original, saying of the kitchen witch, is the brewing of it. Go back to almost everything. It's just water. Water and herbs. You can throw some meat in that shit. But in essence, that's where it's all at. So they were trying to explain to me that is like, we talked about this throughout the week. We talked about protection magic and doing these, banishing washes. I told you all about, the baptisms. That's a lot of it too, is, wiping down your counters and all of that. You are an agent of wise nature, and you shall be claimed by the beauty and of the passions, dreams, and joys, if you only would allow it. It is time to cleanse and return to your natural form. Dispel the adopted energies and pains of others, and remember who you are, individual and unique. Dust has settled, but it is not your time to be comfortable. You are needed by a greater story, so this energy arises for you to clear out anything you no longer need in your life. That's all I tell you all the time. Time is going by, and you are being urged to move with it. You are here to be helpful and here to be kind. I'm supposed to tell you this, Russ, to remind you of this. Nicki Minaj canceled her tour until like a year later because ticket sales weren't up. They had to do more marketing. They had to get the ticket sales up by pushing more of the music. If you're trying to, learn from those that came before you that have already had to take the L too. You can't always win. You're going to have to accept this. It's going to hit you hard if you don't. It's going to hurt your pride real bad. And I guess that's why you're taking this hit, because you're so prideful. As soon as I said it, it's like, this is going to hurt, bro. It's just your pride, bro. All of you. You're so prideful, bro. If you could just put that down, you'd be so powerful. Anyways. Time is going by and is urging you to move on with it. You are here to be helpful and here to be kind. You can only do this when you and your energies are cleared, confident, and in control. Craft a bottle of Florida water, cleanse your spiritual house. As you cleanse the spirit and the mind, cleanse the body and cleansed in the divine. Oh my goodness. I'm going to show this to you and you could just take a picture. Vodka, bergamot, orange, lemon, what is that? Petitgrain, lavender, tangerine, rosemary, lang-lang, cinnamon, clove. As weird as it sounds, other than the vodka, and I almost put vodka up at my altar for an honoring for my family. Bergamot I keep in an incense. Orange, lemon, lavender, tangerine, lang-lang, I all have in an oil. Cloves and cinnamon I burn in almost every one of mine. They're underneath the altar, along with the rosemary. The lavender is actually at the fucking thing. As far as lemon, I don't have full lemon. I use lemon balm or lemongrass. And I don't know what a petitgrain is, but I bet I have some kind of sort of it. Do I put all of this? Have I made all this? No, I put them in my burns. I use burns, and I don't use a bunch of washes. I burn a bunch of shit. But then going into it, it's like, those oils. If you go back, I bought a bunch of oils, and they say all kinds of weird shit. Together, it smells like garbage. It smells like fucking cat piss. But they're like, no, but it has all these essential ingredients that you need to protect yourself. I am protected from every man in America. Nobody's going to come near me smelling like this. In the sense of, it works, I guess. And you know what works for fucking bugs? Garlic. Garlic. They were eating me alive in Oklahoma, bro. I covered my fucking feet, and I covered myself with garlic, and they stayed away. I would carry a whole garlic with me, and they fucking stopped eating me. Old school remedies, bro. I'm a witch bitch. Let's move on to number 34. You hear all the kids? It gets great. 1, 2, 4. 34. The magic of water cannot be fully understood until you witness the vast beauty of the sea yourself. The grand blue line along the horizon tells us that there is life further away than we can imagine, and the shades of blue softly reminds us of the depths of life and all its entails. From water animals, sea creatures, and ocean spirits, its depths remain a mystery still. Not to me, I was casted into the Red Sea. And that's why, the ancient knowledge of the Lumerians and all of that, I know all of that because guess who's back? When marine scientists and divers touch, and that's what it is. It's like, how do you do this? Okay. So I would go to an area of the tree of life, only to incarnate and experience that here in life. Dunno. I just stayed quiet. It's like, you know what I mean? I saw how it played out in another reality, so I came to play it out in this reality. Unreal. When marine scientists and divers touched the first steps of the black abyss, they found deep-sea creatures in frightened forms, enough to scare the toughest of them. And that's what they say lied with Lilith in the darkest creatures and all this shit. And that's what I mean is like, you know, I went to these places only to see them played out in time and spaces. The Kraken. Yeah, I know about that guy. You know what I mean? All of this stuff. Nessie? Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. You know what? Truthfully. But it also shows us that almost every creature there had a gift of, what the fuck? Bioluminescence. Sorry. I mean, after you know what it is, but if you were trying to sound out that word, it's like, whoa, that's got a lot of letters. How many letters? Dude, that's a lot of letters. The ability to illuminate their way with the glowing light of their own bodies. And that's what it is we navigate through the dark. There's many creatures of the dark. And I tried to show you that. If I turn off the lights right now, what's in here with us? Me. You know, but can you navigate your way through the dark without a light?
Blind people do.
Exactly. It is hard to believe these often hideous creatures were formed with an atomic intelligence, and thus it allows us to consider a notion for all of us living on land. Perhaps not everything has to look beautiful to have a purpose. And I talked about that at the end of my video. It was like, beauty is a curse. You know what I mean? But there's so much beauty in even the most ugliest of things. Dude, I saw this woman, Kanye. I understand how obesity can be very disarming. But you should go listen to Joe Bart's story about it. He really, dude, it's always good to hear other people's perspective. He did this video about, you know, my 600-pound life. And he's like, but about the person feeding this person. I want to talk about the person, you know, ruining this person's life. You know what I mean? He like really gets into it. Gets you out of your feelings of, this is just awful. Well, let's understand how awful this is, or let's try to make some light of it. That's what I like about Joe Bart. Let's really break this down. Let me try to figure this out. This seems like some stupid shit to me too. And it only gets worse the more you peel the layers back. But anyways, today I saw this thing on Instagram or on Facebook, and she had to be more than 600 pounds. It was some advertisement about this new ass rapper, and she was wearing, it was so much.
There's so many fat rappers.
There's so much of it. Like, it was so much bursting out of this outfit. It was just like Kanye describes. It's like, I never want to see that. Bro, we're seeing it. Why did you put that out there like that? In the sense of, this is a person and now we have to show them love. And you said we would never have to, and now we have to. Stop saying I never would. This is not fair. But in the sense of, damn, God, how does their skin get so big? And why? And somebody thinks that's sexy? Bro, they think it's real sexy, bro.
They fetishize it, like how they fetishize
Fuck off, bro. So in the sense of, let's go back to this. Oh, perhaps not everything has to look beautiful to have a purpose. Bro, there are people that wanted that. Dude, they want that in their life. And just because we have no idea what kind of life they are living, we can't discriminate against their life. All life has purpose, bro. That big ass girl that had her fucking six dude, fuck off, bro. Her fucking calves. She had calves in her thighs, right? But she was wearing net strings, or you know, whatever. And they didn't go very far past her kneecap because all the fat was hanging out, and it was almost like they captured a piece of meat and tied it up real tight, and it was still connected to, you're like, yes, it was connected to something underneath her skirt. And you're like,
That's weird.
And they're talking about something, and this is her image, and they like it. They like it. Like going back to, oh fuck. Going back to Lizzo. Oh fuck, they liked it, bro. They like that shit, bro. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Put it away, please. I don't like it. No, they like that shit, bro. And really, who am I to say? I have proof that I was that big. I don't know what I look like. I didn't like what I look like. They liked it. My husband liked it. I didn't like it. I don't like it. But thank God that, you know, somebody did, because otherwise I wouldn't have had nobody. Now you see why I was in such a terrible... Just kidding. We always... No, I got pregnant and got that big. This is what I mean. Don't make me do this again. They're not going to like me.
Body makeover?
I'm just saying. Down to it, it's like, damn. And going back to Oscar's girl. Bro, I don't like her. I think she looks like a pencil with a fucking... With blonde hair. I don't like her. And then he bends her over and takes a picture of her from, you know, her ass. And I was like... If you didn't put the string up it wouldn't look. It looked like a bent over Barbie doll, and I don't like it. The string up her ass made her look sexy, but all I can see is Pinocchio here. And I know your face is right behind it. Your nose is up her ass, and this is just a whole fucking shindig. I'm laughing. I'm laughing at you, bro. I can't not laugh at you when I see that this is exactly the position that you're in while you're taking this picture. And I'm like, you got your nose all up this basic pencil bitch at this pencil head's ass, and you think you're fucking powerful and sexy? Damn. And I wanted to fuck with you? Damn. Kanye, I feel it, bro. Damn. And then Kanye comes out talking about, I look a girl with a good body count. Yeah, not when they're counting these type of bodies. They're just fuck all. Fuck you. That's always what irritated me. The men that cheated on me with the worst type of beings. Okay, not really, but me and my mom made fun of fucking Amy and her mustache all the time. And then when I came down, Mr. Plum said it all on his own accord. He's like, that girl and her mustache. The bitch got a mustache. I'm not saying I don't either. You get to an age and you gotta just like start doing something about it. No, it's called self-care. You've gotten to an age. What age was she? I don't know. The bitch was younger than me, but she had a mustache. I showed my mom. I was like, he's cheating on me, Mom. Look it. My mom sits there and starts laughing. I was like, what, Mom? Ooh, she got a mustache. All right, that's funny. All right, come on. Get back to it, Mom. And then she comes out to be a lesbian, and she artificially inseminates herself with a fucking turkey baster, and it works. Okay, what the fuck? You cheated on me with this? Fuck. It's not funny. It is, though. Because then we can go back to baby daddy number 2 that did it too. Or baby daddy number 1 that did it too. Or they all do. Yeah. They're not beautiful, bro. Those rose-colored glasses. Ugh. I don't want to fall in love. Oh. Now I look back at them like I'm going to puke. I'm going to vomit. But there was a time in my life where I thought you were a sexy beast. I was very beast-like myself, but not anymore. Going back to it, fuck. There's a lot of these ugly people out there that deserve love. And then I look at you, Kanye. You're a whole asshole. Somebody's got to love you. That girl? I guess. Whatever. Somebody. And then I look at fucking Russ. Fucking... And then I look at Marshall. I'm like, fuck, Marshall. Anybody can love you. Come here. I can love the shit out of you. Somebody's got to love you. This is bullshit. Then I realized you won't let no one love you. Well, fine. You are ugly then. Just kidding. Do not be afraid to go beyond the depths of uncharted territory. There is knowledge waiting for you to attain once you make a leap and swim deeper. Just keep swimming. Let go of control. You do not need a map. Remember the illuminated intuition within you and chart your own course. Even the greatest discoverers of time. Hey, we used to get pizza. I remember. There's a fucking little Caesars down there off of Parker Boulevard. We could get a pizza and go. You want to have pizza and go to the lake?
Yeah.
Does that sell it better? I'm trying to sell it to him. I just got the memory. It was like we used to grab pizza from from Little Caesars and go over to the lake. I just remembered that. Okay. Even the greatest discoverers of time were once called fools. It is time to take your magical practice deeper and unlock the layers buried far inside.
What's it called?
There is Cherry Creek Reservoir. We used to go okay, this is how you remember. I would not let you go swimming in the lake until I drove over and looked at all the RVs first. And there would always be deer by the RVs. She's like, oh, that one. I told him, hold on, guys. Before we go to the lake, I got to go check out the RVs. It's my favorite thing to do.
The one with the dog.
Yep, with a dog, yeah. But he took us to the other side and it was gross.
Yeah, because there's a whole bunch of motor.
Yeah, it was all kind of motory, yeah. Yeah, it's big. Anyways, even the greatest discoverers of all time, blah, blah, blah. What are we talking about? Be cautious, but be bold. Your story is still unfolding. And this goes back to, I heard something about Russ. There is more to any situation than what you see. But remember, you are not alone on your journey. There are other seekers searching for their own meaning as well. Be cautious, but bold. Your story is still unfolding. And that's what it is. It's like the marathon continues. Pure magic. This water spell harnesses the sacred power of what is it? Undines? I don't know. The element of water. Go to the ocean and fill up a bottle with seawater. Dude, the water in Cherry Creek is disgusting. People die in it all the time. They already had a death at fucking Chatfield. They were ice fishing or something. There's so many people that die in that water. I stopped swimming in it when I realized that.
Spring, all the bodies come up because of all the air.
Collect 5 natural items from the shore, such as shells, smooth stones, or driftwood. Got it? Thank the sea for its gifts. Once in your sacred space, light a candle, pour the seawater into a clear bowl. Watch. Oh, they're going to have you scry. Watch as the soft candlelight dances and reflects in the water. Think of 5 hidden mysteries you want answers to. Answers that will help you travel your magical journey with wisdom and grace. Speak these questions out loud as you throw each treasure into the water. Ask for clear, strong guidance to come through. Sit quietly and let the answers flow, and write them down as they come to you. Are you going to see something? No. You're just putting your eyes focused on something. You're just putting your body into autopilot. And then you'll start to receive visions or, thoughts. I don't know how to explain it. You zone out. It's called scrying. You just stare at something until you're no longer staring and you're out of it. That's how people in meditation, they close their eyes to leave the body. I just have to stare. And I don't even try. If I stare too long, I'm out of here. So that's what will happen. Ask for clear, strong guidance to come through. Sit quietly, and then you'll want to write it down because it happens fast. The healing, salty brim of the seawater and nature's simple treasures combined with your intent will bring the answers you seek. And I get it on page 126. People haven't jumped into the waters yet. It's right before they're about to. Not really. They haven't got into those waters yet. Sorry, it makes sense. All that's in those waters is the clean waters of the winter. I don't think they died in this pool. Watch how many people die in our lakes. What happens? It's not that they can't swim. Their body gives out. They think they can do what they used to be able to do, and they get tired out there, and they just sink. I don't think anything's in there pulling them down, but it happens every summer. Every summer, dude, people die in our lakes, and they're not really that big. They're not really. You're like, how are people out there dying? They just died, dude.
I went canoeing there, and we tipped over.
Okay. So, waters. Go to the water is what I heard. We spent 56 minutes on talking about our waters and crying. I'm gonna just keep on keeping on. I'm kind of hungry. What time is it now?
5:10. I have 3 hours until that.
Alright, what's our next Morgan card? There we go. In the waters. Ugh, washer at the ford. See, it all comes together. That's scary. That's a scary picture. I'm not teaching you her magic. This is where we stopped with it. I don't teach you everybody's magic. Don't mess around with it. You will need, not number 12, number 4. Here we go. Cleansing, release, washing away. On page 33, it all comes together, I told you. The washerwoman crouches on the rocks at the river ford, washing the cloth with taloned fingers. Birch trees stand pale and tall in the background. The origami, I just want to point out that I have to pay to go over there. I have to pay a fee to go over there. The origami beef, which means birch in Irish, represents cleansing, protection, and new beginnings. I have a bunch of birch in my car. It is carved on the necklace around her neck. There is a look of resignation. No, what is it? Resignation on her face as she waits for the cloth's owners to come to her. The rushing river carries away the bloody evidence of which must be cleansed. Water flows from the waterfall behind her, and the dark of the night descends, and the rising moon illuminating the trees as she waits. Okay, this is all just a description of the picture. It's a waste of space, I think. Here we go. In Irish lore, the Washer of the Ford holds an iconic place. In the guise, the Morgan is a portent of death. She prophesizes what may yet come to pass, depending on her choices. Heroes often come upon the Washer washing bloody clothes, armor, and body parts, and even the entrails of fallen warriors. When asked, she will reveal the death of the hero, most often in battle, and at times her more appearance will foretell this end. The hero inevitably will be given the choice, continues on to battle, knowing the final outcome. In most of the stories, it is clear the Washer is mournful at their loss, and her appearance can be seen as fate to some or forewarning. Divinatory meaning. The Washer at the Ford, the hooded one, she who mourns for those whose lives have been cut short, and she who presents us with a choice in our life. The Orgone beath worn the pendant about her neck represents purification. Traditionally, birch was used for cleansing and purifying the body and home. This orgone carries connotations of purity and sacredness. It also can be used for healing purposes. The Washer speaks to us of cleansing that which no longer serves. It's going to come out in every video. You're trying to get rid of. You're trying to banish old belief systems, things that are holding you back. Everything. It's not necessarily talking about your clothes. It's talking about your behaviors, your mentalities, bro. Okay? Do you continue on the same path knowing the outcome will not change? I don't know. I keep telling you that it's not going to, and they keep continuing. I know how this ends. It doesn't end well, and you don't want to hear it. And then you come back and say, I did this to you. Granted, you never asked me. You never asked for my opinion. But when I know what comes before you, it's my duty to tell you as a messenger of God. This doesn't end well. Are you going to keep doing this, or are you going to try to choose nothing and let something else happen? Or do you change your direction, cleanse yourself of the old, that which holds you back, and take a new path? The choice is yours to make. Spells for washing away what no longer serves you. I just want to see what she put in here. Well, we talked about it right now, how to do it. As all of this birch came up, and I could have pulled the birch to make you understand how far it goes. My daughter knows the birch is the trees with the eyes. They're looking at us. That's what she knows them as. I just don't see them looking at me. But anyways, I carry a lot of birch, and so now that's the next ingredient you're supposed to be working with. We're looking for, ways to help ourselves. What the fuck did we get out of that whole message? Birch for cleansing. What did we get out of the other one? Divination. We taught you how to, to go get some Mother Earth, be a witch, go out to the natural lands, get the 5 elements. Did you remember what they were? I don't remember.
Fire, water, air.
Anyways, no, it was some rocks, some water, some driftwood, and a crystal or some shit. If you can find them. Then you bring them back. You bring the outside elements to you. You light a candle. You put all the elements together and you ask the Holy Spirit to answer your questions. And how to get and receive those answers. Now, how do you protect yourself? We just told you, using some birch. We talked about all the things. I just did a whole list of Florida waters. And I told you that I don't have them all in water, but I do have some in water, and how I use all of them. All of the stuff I have is for protection, healing, and banishment. We're getting rid of things, we're protecting ourselves from things, and we're healing from things. That's all we're doing. And everything else, abundance comes to us in all forms while we're doing such things. That's what it is. Okay? Okay. Let's keep on. Keeping on. The next card looks terrifying. Literally. Neiman. Yeah, that's scary. Neiman Marcus? That's what I heard. Really? Where does that go back to? Ancient times, huh? That's probably why they went under. Under the sea. Alright, let's keep going. I got one more card, and I can be set free, and you can be set free, and we're going to... If you're trying to stalk me, I'm going to Cherry Creek. Good luck trying to get through the traffic. Oh no, I got the witches too. The witches oracle. Obviously, we're talking about witch work. Let's just add more witch work to it. Told you we were going to teach you magic and aliens and higher dimensions. I didn't really teach you any aliens. I just taught you about the dimensions. I didn't teach you about the dimensions. Do you want to learn about the dimensions real quick? They said to go to the glossary of dimensions. Worlds of Truth, ABCD, Dimensions, 4 Evolutionary Principles, nope, Dolphin Brain Reprogramming, 8th Dimension. Alright, here's the dimensions. Oh, fuck, this is a whole no, no, and no, and no, no way. First dimension, pure minerals as contained in consciousness, but devoid of their own conscious and self-awareness. First dimension, pure minerals. Pure minerals. Okay, where did I read that? Where's the rest of the words? As contained for consciousness, but devoid of their own consciousness and self-awareness. Okay, it's conscious. It's a spirit in there. There's a whole spirit in there. Second dimension, lower astral planes, which the conscious perceives themselves in all existence, are oblivious to spirit, devoid of souls, and totally self-absorbed. That would be you. You're like second dimension. Also, the realm of certain types of elements that have no conscious of their own, and that then directly by some controlling force, also contained underworld aspects that is called the Bardas of Buddhism, also known as hell realms, realms of all plants and species. That's you, in hell. Controlled, totally self-absorbed, devoid of your soul, themselves as, that's it, perceive themselves as all that exists, are oblivious to spirit. That's you. Third dimension, which is us in the real world, physical world of corresponding astral planes anchored to the lineal time space-based reality. Anything in this realm exists at a maximum of 9,000 vibrations per second, meaning you have to have a higher vibration to get past the third dimension. This is the realm in which human consciousness lives. Fourth dimension, beings retain consciousness as feelings and thoughts based on feelings. This dimension contains both dark and light polarities. The light realms are made up of cities of light, those that have reached a vibrational frequency of between 9,000 and 12,000 vibrations per second. And that's what it means to be high vibrational. The conscious here is the first stage of Christ consciousness following ascension. Many guides, angels, ascending masters impulse the third dimensional human who are receptive to available to spiritual growth and evolutions. Humans are also impulsed by the dark astral counterpart that exists in this dimension. The dark ones are able to match the lower vibrational frequencies of negative thoughts, vices, repressed emotions, and unhealed and undenied shadow sides of human, and are able to pull them into the dark side and then control them and feed them their pain, fear, and other dense energies. As soon as you awaken into the fourth, you're pulled into the dark. That's why I said don't bring them into the light, because then they're pulled into the dark. As humans develop higher vibrational qualities of being, thinking, and feeling, and doing, as well as transcend karmic tendencies, which is your patterns, being an asshole all the time, of their shadow side, they are magnetized into the fourth dimensional light impulse and pull free from the dark control of the parasitical beings. As soon as you're awoken, you're pulled into the dark night of the soul, the darker aspects of yourself. You have to work through them to get to levitate into what they said. The dark ones are able to match the lower vibrational, which is this: your thoughts, your vices, your repressed emotions, unhealed and denied shadow side. Okay? The dark polarities of this realm is also one of the places where nightmares and astral abuse take place. Soon as you leave the third dimension, this is where you go into warfare, a very dangerous place, and it's your dark side, and that's why I'm here to guide you through it. I can't pull you out. You're in your own graves now. All I can tell you to do is how to do the work, which is what? Your fucking feelings. Realizing that you're unkind, starting to have compassion and understanding for what has happened to you. You're holding on to resentment, embarrassment, shame, guilt, blame, hatred, regret, you know what I mean? Judgment. These are all low vibrational feelings. You have to work through them to get out of there. Or you stay down there and they eat you alive. Haha. Sucks to be you. You want to be like me? You want to wake up? And that's why I cried. You don't know how hard it's going to be to get out of there. I'm trying to help you, but I can't. You're going to turn into fucking Kanye sitting in there. Fifth dimension. The fifth is also a dark and light polarities being retained by their etherical form in the third and the fourth dimension combined, but with refinement and freedom to alter these forms at will. The light aspect of the realm contains most of the personal guides to humans, serving angels, many of the ascending masters, and members of the Great White Brotherhood. Enactant schools of intermediate level, the karmic board, overlighting devas, and guardian angels. From this dimension and up, it is possible to talk in terms of vibration per second because it is beyond time and space limitation, though interfering with time and space reality at will. This is also the dimension of actualized Christ and Buddha consciousness. Immediately after the completion of incarnation, ascension, and transition through the cities of light in the fourth dimension. It's like you're from the 5D and above. Really? How did you get there? You would have had to work through all your darkness to get there. You'd be Christ-like, like me. But still able, again, the dimensions are also the dark and the light. Beings retain their etherical form, meaning I'm still dark here. You can't make me all light. I'm still dark. I had to work through my darkness and incorporate my darkness into the light. In essence, Pak and all my ascending mass, all of my guides got me through this. Once I was in the fifth dimension, there was it. Now I'm in with all of them, and I described it. It's all of God's beings. There's all these beings. And I just sit at the tables, which is this. The ascending masters and members of the Great White Brotherhood, intact schools of intermediate level, karmic board, overlighting devas, guardian angels. From this dimension, it's possible to talk of times of whatever. The Christ and Buddha consciousness immediately after the completion of incarnation. Light in the fourth dimension. Flying dreams as well as dreams of healing, higher experience, teaching occurs in this dimension. This is the dimensional causal plane relative to humans manifesting and creating in the lower dimensional worlds during dream time. In other words, it is where humans dream their lives into time and space reality and then wake up and live out dreams. Higher conscious, lucid dreams, and white magic happens here. The dark polarities consist of the power dark lords of black magic and control. There are dark angels, masters, sorcerers, and rulers of the lower astral planes and underworlds in this realm. If people develop great psychic powers and mind control without developing the heart and spiritual integrity, this is where they are ruled by and go during sleep and after leaving their human lives. The sixth dimension. Again, I'm in the ninth. Keep up with me. And what is this? It's the tree of life. I move through all of it. You move through all of it. And it's described. It's back to Dante's Inferno. It's the hell. It's the whole thing I taught yesterday in Sunday's teaching. All right. This is the realm of the higher council. Archangels who interface with Earth, the councils of the elders, the beginning of the collective conscious. From this level up, the dimensions are exclusively of the light. That's it. Once you're in the light, nobody else can come in. You know what I mean? Hawk is too low vibration. They're all still too low vibrational. They can't come into the light. The collective consciousness in this realm is that of souls split apart. In other words, if your soul, after being on Earth, is in one body, decided to split into two or more parts, whether the decision was based on pain or desire for diversity of experience, at the sixth dimensional level, all parts would share the same higher self until rejoined in the body again. That's where me and the twin flames meet. That's where we were split. That's where we meet. This is which the higher self communicates with us and connects with us on a soul and spiritual level. It is the form here that our higher purpose is dictated. Bringing us this level can choose to protect human-like forms and serve a purpose, but they actually exist in a pure geometric form which are characteristic to this dimension. In creation, this is the stage which thought, color, and sound take on geometric form and numerology significance. When beings on this level wish to communicate with one another, they simply blend their energy fields and consciousness. This is a huge grid formed by the blending of both being experience and the essential nature of other, mainly by virtues of comparison and what others have to offer. There's a sense of knowing the other without actually feeling as though you have become the other. Melchizedek consciousness exists on this dimensional level. That makes sense when I got the Melchizedek order book after my ascension. You go through all the levels of this, and at the very end, You meet Melchizedek, and he tells you about your grand purpose and how you are charged to come back and teach others. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right, let's go on to the 7th dimension. The realm of divine sound and harmonics. Okay, now I have to show you. Where are we? The choirs. Where I come from, where you really hate me. The music I bring down. Sounds. Now, I've been there since the Egyptian time. Give me a minute. Here it is. But it's not described in this book. Son of a monkey. Man. There it is. Tree of Life, right? Dante's Inferno. Heaven, hell, right? But in opposite other teachings, this is the earth realm. Angels, archangels. Now, we're over here, where we're talking. This is dimensions of time and space. We move through them to the ultimate. How? In your conscious. You can't move your body through there. The body can't go anywhere. The body's stuck on this level. But you can elevate. You can take your conscious out of the body. Alright, let's see here. 7th dimension. Let's see. All beings on this level exist as an expression of essence through the harmonics of sound. And that's a frequency. I tell you, I'm starting to catch their frequencies. I can hear them again. When they post something, this is in almost all my videos, and Russ is doing it on purpose. He's watching my videos and posting to see if it works. Quit fucking with me. He's always fucking with me. He just wants to test it. He wants to prove that I'm not what I say I am. He wants to prove it's a lie, and all he's finding is the fucking truth, and that he's a fucking lie. Idiot. Anyways, I hear them. It's a frequency in my ear. I'm learning their frequency again, the sound of them. They have a sound to them. They have a frequency. It's a sound that comes out of them. Not just their voice when they're talking, that irritable noise that comes out of their mouth with all those words. They have an actual frequency to them. Individuals and collectively, form can no longer be projected directly without downstepping. Varying spiral patterns are the... Excuse me, I'm seeing Metatron again. He teaches about all of the sacred geometry. Varying spiral patterns are the only describable form to be found. When beings on this level wish to communicate with another, they simply combine their sounds, blend colors, and create new patterns. From this experience, both consciousness are energized and fully comprehend one another. And that's why they're always sending in music. They're sending in music. The music, the song tells the story. They're sending in music to us. There's also great understanding which comes from the principle of the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It is the next level of the collective conscious, but this time with other souls as well as different parts of your own. Being on this level literally hold the key to translating all experience and consciousness into pure sound, carrying frequencies and creating flow patterns. This sound frequency makes up the common, I don't know if that's an L, language, maybe it's just split. I don't know, maybe it's split. Language from the 7th dimension down. This is the realm of pure Melchizedek consciousness. As the 5th is of Christ consciousness, members of same soul family origins have the ability to experience themselves as the same being on the same dimension while maintaining the capacity for individualization. 8th dimension. Pure color and flow pattern are trademarks of this realm. Being in this dimension exists of self-aware consciousness, emanating color, light, and movement. When communication with one another, it is more of a synchronistic, synergetic experience during which neither being can tell the difference in itself and in others. Great love of union in common takes place here. Because of the absence of sound as an individual expression on the realm, it is also the realm of the void. And that's where I've been forever, the void, which is the true purpose in a place to experience one's wholeness and uniqueness as pure essence and conscious. When fear is absent, it can be a place of solace and deep rest. And I told you that in my video. What did God teach me? To have no fear. What did I tell you? I'm scared of everything. He said not to have it. Doesn't mean we don't have it. We feel it. But he said don't have it. Have no fear. Don't have that. Don't have it. Don't take it. I know you're scared, but you're not going to take that. You're going to go. And that's what I mean. I'm scared of everything, but I know I don't. It's just a feeling, and I can overcome this. I'm sad, but this is just a feeling. I'm very happy, but this is just a feeling. They're just feelings. They're impressions on what things are. The things that are happening around us give us an impression called a feeling. Okay? And that's where it is. It's like you're being held back by one feeling. Fear. If you can overcome that, which is not. It's every fear is real, and you're going to have to feel every fear. You just have to overcome every fear. Ninth dimension. Here we go. Oh, no wonder. Source point of Leosh Shekinah, the sacred pillar of fire, the pillar of light. It is the last dimension on which light beings have the capacity to experience consciousness separate from the entire oversoul soul from whence it came, and also choose to experience that oversoul collective conscious at will. The only form here is the pillar, and that's the high priestess. They talk about the woman between the pillars. The parallel strands of every refined light. Everything looks like pure crystalline white light, and yet is prismatic, emanating colors to the 8th dimension. This is the dimension of Metatron consciousness. When I was given, never read this before, but these guys have always been here. They have been here, and you've seen that I said, these are my ascending masters plus Buddha. And Buddha's not here, but he's always here. I bought a shirt, but I still didn't pull out. I have a little, it's a funny story. It's a huge funny story. My daughter showed me this, it was on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
She showed me this TikTok, and it's like, my grandma's been praying to Shrek for years. And this lady had a little, it looked like every little green statue of Buddha that they're out there, but it was a Shrek. And I thought it was hilarious. So the next day, we're in the mall. I end up getting this bracelet and a little Buddha. It's a little one. And the joke to me is, it's Shrek because of this meme. But that's how I keep Buddha. I don't always keep his picture up there, but Buddha is part of this. So you see how through the dimensions, and you'll watch through my actual videos, how I get initiated into these consciousnesses. The hardest one, now looking back out of it, when I started talking with Krishna, it had to be through music. I couldn't understand it. So that would have been, what did they say, the 6th dimension? No, the 7th. Through harmonics. By the time I had there, I'm like, and they were making jokes. It's like the only way to get through to her is gangster rap. And it was a big joke in the fucking universe. It's like, when did I like Russ's music? I like a certain type of music. That's my frequency. We all have different frequencies. You can't force your frequency on me. It sounds like fucking nails running down a chalkboard. Who's? Mike Studs. I can't stand the sound of his music. It's the words that you guys talk about that really bothers me. But him, it's the absolute sound of it. It's just mumble. There's nothing. It's just a harmonic noise. I don't hear the words. It's just a noise. Most of you, I hear your words, and I'm critiquing your words. The noise that comes out of him and his music, monotone. Just saying. It's a true story. But I just want to point this out because Metatron we really haven't spoke of, but he's standing bright and tall right there. You know what I mean? And it's like these are states of consciousness, and that's why the ascending masters work with me through these states of consciousness. And that's when I got into the light, I started crying. That's in Oklahoma. I'm like, Pac, where are you? He said, you're in the light. I can't go up there with you. I'm down here. And I'm like, will I ever see you? He said, anytime you step out of the light. I can still hear him and everything, but when I went through that, and that's what I said is the spiritual realm, the 5th dimension. They're all with you there, but then it's over. The 4th dimension, I guess, is where we said it was. And part of the 5th. And that's when I was celebrating with, when Buddha brought me into the Brotherhood. I was celebrating with Kobe. Look, Kobe, we made it, bro. You got me there, bro. We're in the consciousness of Buddha, bro. We're there together. We work this together. And I shared that earlier. It's like, your ancestors are depending on you. They put all of their faith in you. They can't get there unless you take this bloodline there for them. And they sent me to come get you and your bunk-ass bloodline and get you there. They don't want to do the work. I'm out of here. Truthfully, that's how I feel about it. I'm not fucking with you. I got to do my own hard work, get my own children out of hell. I mean, all of God's children. Whoever accepts it, fine. The rest of you burn in hell. Fuck off. I got shit to do today. Lots of it. What's the shit? Leave that. That's no longer serving you. That's all I fucking tell you all the time. In lots of unusual ways. Anyways, let's go back to wherever we said we were. Christ consciousness, Metatron, 8th dimension. No, we're in the 9th. Yeah, something like Metatron. There it goes. When I was given an experience in this realm once, the only thing I could still differentiate from myself was etherical crystals. I had a collection of quartz crystals on the table in the room where my body was when the experience took place. I was suddenly aware that I could still perceive the crystals as separate from me, although the furniture and the people in the room had blended into my consciousness completely. I was told this is as far as the human consciousness can go dimensionally without the body being vaporized. The 10th dimension. All I've been told is that, and this is meaning she can't get there. She can't access it through her 3rd dimensional body. Her conscious can't get to this place. All I've been told of this dimension is that all members of the original soul, oversoul families experience themselves as merged completely into one consciousness, and they are no longer aware of their individual at all. Well, I mean, I guess I described that in my earlier video. It's like the whole universe is in here. There's me as a part, but not a part at all. Just part of. I'm here as it's a whole it's a suffocating oneness. It's like Pac isn't somewhere else. He's here. Not overpowering, but not a part. And that's just how it is with, trying to describe the twin flames. If I so shall choose to connect with their consciousness on a 3D level. The problem is not connecting with them consciously. It's that I have to accept their 3D version to get with their conscious. To understand, I have to accept that this person, that this energy that I love so much is deep and dormant, alive in this person. But I have to work through the person to get to the energy, the soul. I have to deal with Kanye to meet Osiris. Which in essence, I have to resurrect Osiris again. Nobody believes this man will come back to life, bro. He's dead. He's brain dead. He's gone. I come back and show you through the power of Christ that he shall be reborn again. Oh, I didn't say it in the name of Christ when I did it the first time. Maybe I was. Help me, Jesus. Who knows what I was saying back then. But in the sense of, let's just relive bullshit. But, going back to the 10th dimension, and that's it. I come from all 13. I don't know. It's not in my books. The books end. People's lives end before they enter these places. You know what I mean? They don't know about these full-on places. So, back to life, back to reality. See, that's where all the music comes from. It's a dimension. It's where it all comes from. I'm not an army. The army is within me. It's here for you. In all sense, what the fuck am I doing with all this? Eventually write an album, yes. For them, it's their voices that want to be heard. I really don't want to stand up in front of a mic and have everybody judge me and tell me that, I'm crazy. But they say they will prove that I'm not, and I can go through this crazy life not being crazy anymore. They're going to think I'm crazy. What do we got? The Grimoire. That's what I was saying, the ancient teachings, bro. They left off. So now it's like, where's the rest of the book? Where's the rest of the pages to this book? It doesn't end there. It's a page turner. Where's it at, Timmy Turner? Hidden somewhere else in space and time in another culture, because they couldn't put all knowledge and wisdom in one place. That'd be too easy. Let's go dig this shit up with a spoon in fucking Utah or something. I'm not going back to Utah. Did you know? Fuck off. I just want to say I was at the Buddhist temple yesterday. They're in Colorado. There's one. The Colorado Buddhist Association is right there in Lakewood. I literally lived right there in that apartment complex. I used to throw up gang signs to the time. I was there yesterday. Going back to Utah. There's a Krishna temple hidden in Utah in the middle of the Mormons. Yep. There's one here too, dude. There's Hindu temples hidden in fucking like Pueblo or somewhere down south. There's something down there. They were looking for employees, to be honest. It's a very Scientology as I was reading it. It was a volunteer position, I guess. Whatever. Let's go to 31. I'm ready to go on with myself and eat some dinner. Authenticity on 131. With your ancestors' grimoires lies the teachings of originality, natural magic made manifest. Witchy guidance. Imagine what it would be like to hold in your hands the flesh-bound first authentic magic grimoire that was crafted by we witches of old. That's what I said. They hid it everywhere because everywhere was falling. They wanted everyone to have it. And that's why God kept coming and bringing it. Jesus brought the witchhood, bro. Today I saw 2 paramedics going down they were here and they were carrying a baby. Not a small baby, but whatever. They were carrying a toddler down. And my spirit said to them, when all of science fails, you do believe, you know that you have the power to heal in those hands, right? And they kind of scuffled. I was like, you're covered in the blood of Christ, the power of prayer. When all that fails, you can pray over that, anybody and heal them if you just believe. I said, I'm a high priestess and I teach how to heal with the power of belief. So don't forget your true power. You're here to heal and science ain't you. That's all I had to say to that. It's like, I can heal you. Can I pray over you? I believe I have the power that God said I had, that Christ said I had. I believe I'm worthy of such power. I believe that power lies within me. I am ready to practice that power. Why can't you do what he said you could do? Oh, your church told you couldn't? That was witchy stuff? Hocus pocus. Anyways, here we go. Imbued with ancient magical powers, sacred sigils, and potent incantations, think hocus pocus are charmed as the immense power courses through the air like electric charge, for it is packed with the formula of ancient scripts, knowledge, and secrets, all birthed directly from the oracle herself. That would be me. Who's the oracle? Lilith that gave you the damn apple to begin with? Hey, did you know? God gave it all to you. I just tempted you. He didn't kill either of us for what we did. He still created a life as best as he could for what we had done. It's what you don't understand. Why did I give it to you? Because I wanted you to be as free as me. You just didn't know the power that lied within you. That's all. And that's why they came after Jesus. Because he told you about the power that lies within you. And again, as I started this, it's like no knowledge is forbidden. Just like they said in Doctor Strange, no knowledge is forbidden. But we no longer practice that because we've learned there's certain practices that, we don't do anymore because we've learned our lesson. And that's it. There has to be a point where you say no. Because, there has to be an inner knowing that this could end bad. I might hurt someone. I might hurt myself. I don't know what I'm doing. It can get dangerous. Many have lost their lives to, playing around with magic. When we encourage all witches, especially you, to stay true to your authenticity. It's time to craft your own personal grimoire, making it distinctive and personal, and known only to you as you carve your own path through your unspeakable magic, uncover knowledge, and personal secrets of the craft. It was made to be a secret, but I'm the whistleblower. And my own way is showing you. I've literally did a video documentary and showed you every secret of the witch hood and of the craft. I've brought the whole craft to the light. And anybody that worked in it is welcome to work in the light now. In the name of Christ only. You know what I mean? That's it. We bring the darkness to the light. But these are ancient ways, bro. Passed down forever and ever. And they were, demonized. Since the dawn of writing, we witches inscribed into ancient scrolls our original spells, rituals, and magically charged symbols to summon and invoke the unseen into doing our bidding. Meaning, we knew how to contact God and ask them to work on our behalf. We called upon the angels. We called upon the spirit world. What did he say to do? Stupid. And that's it. It's like we knew to dance under the full moon and to make offerings to God, and God would be with us. God be with me. God be with me. We made offerings. Jesus was the final offering, but it was always practiced in such ways. So I come back and I do the original, I show you the original practices and show you, and I know I look weird out here doing this, but these are how we practiced God before, and how you can practice again, and how the practice is perfect. Do I show you one way? No, I show you all ways. And I show you what not to do. Don't do that. Don't do that. And just like that, I stop the angels from having fun as much as I stop the demons. If I'm going to stop the angels from, putting false hopes in people's lives that are going to make them, discouraged, then you best know that I'm here stopping the demons from fucking with you. It's a spiritual warfare, but at the same time, it's like, it's your own demons that you're not facing. I can't stop you from you. You're going to do what you want to do, right, Kanye? Can't nobody tell you nothing. You have to tell yourself something. If we're ready to listen to yourself and your feelings. The authenticity of the Grimoire is vital in our legacy that we pass to you. Stay true to you and create a Grimoire that is specific to your needs and magical practices so that one day it may be passed down to the next generation of witches to come. And that's why it'll be seen everywhere. Everywhere. People that thought they were, tarot readers thought they were so powerful. And every fucking channel I teach you how to read tarot. At this point, you probably know how to read it better than me. I'm serious. I've been teaching tarot, and that's the one thing it's not my strongest. And it's like, all right, I think I'm ready to be a tarot reader. That's why I was like, I'm going to try something new here. Let's try this tarot shit the way you do. I don't. I see God, not the bullshit you're looking at. Just can't. But in the essence is they take away all this power. I show you that all of this is safe. You watch me. Blow my head off? No. I mean, in essence, I blow my mind. It's mind-blowing, but I don't blow my head off. Nothing bad comes from it. I never start a fire. Nothing. Nothing bad comes from what I do. Other than, healing. And I show you that it's safe. I show you that all your fucking beliefs about religion, about culture, about people, about places, about things, about magic, about all this that you think is evil, is all godly. It's all in those videos. I've been doing this for 3 years. I have three different places of where it lies. I started, different chapters of my life. And that's where it was. And it's going to fill it. It didn't, actually, if you noticed. Last time, out of nowhere, bro. And then if we look back, it was the same thing. Out of nowhere, I shut down my first Instagram page. And they made me make a new one. And this was about the witchhood. The first one was about the awakening. The second one was about the witchhood. The third one was walking in my priesthood. Now, we're going into a new level. What is this? The exposure of it all. It's just levels to it. A whole ass kid. Plays video games and everything. Super ass kid. Like Logic wears it. But Marshall don't want to show literally that old and a whole ass kid. And that's okay because his kids are fun. You know what I mean? But in the sense of Lewis, bro, he is like strapped to a rocket ship and he has no idea like who he is. That's why he plays so much dress up, is try to find ways to express himself through the clothes that he wears. But he is a burning ball of expression, like super fucking full of himself. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. They are, but they don't want to, they don't want the attention. And then you got Kanye, that when he's just chilling and nonchalant, he's hilarious, he's amazing, he's funny. But then he comes in and he's like, no, it's somebody whistling. Yeah. Latinos whistle a lot. They have an individual whistle. Anyways, whistle while you work. It's like underneath them is a lot of fun. These guys are a lot of fun, but they feel like that part of them you won't like. The goofy, silly, vulnerable side of them, the geeky side of them is, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, Royce is very wise and stuff. But when you catch him in a moment where he's like, got his hands in the cookie jar and you can't, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, you're so wise now? You have a whole, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Underneath them is amazing energy, bro. But they won't let it out because they don't think you're going to like it. Because people have teased them about it before. Just because they were teased, they won't let it be. But that's what's funny is you let this out and you're like, you gotta laugh at me. And that's why I tell you, it's okay to laugh at me. I'm laughing too. I'm hilarious. I'm a dork. This is funny. It's okay. I'm not going to be hurt that you're laughing at me. I know I'm a total clown out here. And that's where it is they can't be clown. They can't be clownish. Kevin Hart is a whole clown, and we all love him because he's a fucking ass clown. If he was anything less than a clown, we wouldn't love him. He is a whole ass clown, and we love him for it. And the fact that he's tiny is even funnier. And he's, and we make fun of him, but he has fun with the fact that God created him as a whole ass clown. There's parts of us that are super duper fun. And, it's like, stop hiding. Stop dimming your light. Stop dumbing yourself down to fit in this fucking room. And that's that Kanye thing. I love that fucking look. Kanye be running through Roblox. Every time CJ sees him, he's like, look, it's Kanye. What does that mean? Somebody fucking messes with the fucking coding of Roblox and can put a picture of Kanye on their little person. They get a legal strike for it, but people find it so funny to dress up as Kanye and run through a video game.
Has his own face in Roblox, and only he can have that face. Only Joe
you know what I mean? It's like they hate you, but they love you, bro. And that's because why do they hate you? Like you're a statue of fuck you. Just as much as the rest of us. Russ used to be a statue of fuck you, and now he's like, no, forgive me, like me, please, just like me. Marshall's a statue of fuck you. And then, if the rest of them could just be a statue of fuck you, then, then everyone would love them. But in the essence, that's what you are. It's like, kids don't even know why their parents hate you, but they love you. They see you running through their video games. They're like, look, they're with Kanye West. Everybody hates Kanye. There goes Kanye. Everybody hates Kanye.
They all booed at Kanye.
You're gonna be a bad guy. At least be a good bad guy. You know what I mean? Make them confuse them. Make them wonder why they hate you. Why do you hate Marshall? I'm not really sure. I just don't like that guy. Okay, sure. I can tell you a million reasons why I don't like Kendrick. Let's go into it. Incantation for Grimoires. From out of the closet, take a stance. There's no need to hide, for now's your chance. Live by the book, be who you are. Take first step, and you'll go far. Grimoire magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be. There it is done. On page 133, again with the Ascending Masters. A grimoire is a witch's personal book of magic. The pages within are for spells, magical instructions, and sacred texts, using charms, hexes, pacts, and incantations. A witch fills her magic book with her secret ways and how to directives to summon natural entities, create magical objects, and perform spells, charms, and divinations. I don't have a secret book where I do it. I do it on the internet for the whole wide world to see, and that's what Draco calls the cult buster. I'm showing everybody how it works. I'm telling your secrets and showing you have no power and what you use them for and what we can use them for. That's it. And you could say it's defensive magic, but it's not. We don't have any defense. Our only defense in this world is his word. That's it. In essence, we're done now. That was a 2-hour reading. I talked about magic. That's all this is about. Do you believe in magic? Hey, I love yous. Laters. Bye.